Hey there, food enthusiasts! Ever wondered what really makes your cookies rise up like fluffy clouds on a sunny day? Is it baking powder? Or is it the trusty baking soda? Today I'm going to dive deep into this tasty mystery and figure out which one of these leavening agents takes the crown in the cookie kingdom. So let's start with the basics. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, is a base mineral that reacts when it comes into contact with acids like vinegar or even brown sugar. This reaction produces carbon dioxide gas. Yup, that's what gives our baked goods that lovely rise. But remember, for baking soda to work its magic, your recipe needs to have an acid. No acid, no lift. Now shifting gears, let's talk about baking powder. Baking powder is like the all-in-one solution. It not only contains baking soda but also the acid needed to activate it, usually cream of tartar, along with a bit of starch to keep everything dry. When you mix baking powder with wet ingredients, it starts a small reaction. But the real magic happens when you heat it up in the oven. That's when you see your cookies puffing up as if they're trying to escape to cookie heaven. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you're aiming for that perfect fluffiness in cookies, the choice between baking powder and baking soda can make all the difference. Baking soda tends to spread your cookies out, giving them a nice chewy texture with a golden brown finish. On the other hand, if you're looking for cookies that rise up high and proud with a lighter, airier texture, baking powder is your go-to. But why not mix things up? Some of the best cookie recipes I've seen use a combination of both. This way, you get the spread from the soda and the rise from the powder. It's like having the best of both worlds in your baking arsenal. So next time you're in the kitchen ready to whip up a batch of cookies, think about what kind of texture you're aiming for. Is it the crispy spread out kind or the tall fluffy type? Choose your leavening agent accordingly, or maybe experiment with a bit of both to see what happens. That's the beauty of baking. There's always room for a little experiment to make things even more delicious. Alright, that wraps up our little science session behind what makes cookies fluffier. Whether you swear by baking soda or baking powder, remember, every ingredient has its role, and mastering those roles will definitely elevate your baking game. So go ahead, preheat that oven, and let's bake some magic. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time with more fun and flavorful tips. Happy baking!